Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person, and I do have a members-only channel with a lot of perks for members, including weekly live workshops with a different manifesting topic each week, weekly live group coaching, a lot of exclusive content, monthly challenges for a chance to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me, and a lot more. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website or to the membership channel. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. Today, it's time for another motivational video that is going to remind you that you are getting your desires no matter what. You are going to manifest your desires no matter what, because guess what? There are no exceptions to the law. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So as I just said in my intro, I want you guys to remember, if possible on a daily basis, this is one of the fundamentals, that there are no exceptions to the law. Why is this so important? It's very, very important because I see on a daily basis many of you still being stuck in the 3D, in circumstances, in what happened in the past, in what the current 3D is showing, and so on. And as such, you are conditioning your desire and you are, in a way, imposing exceptions in your mind and in your consciousness to your desire manifesting, because you see all these factors as something important, something serious, something that is a potential block, something that is potentially going to make your manifestation harder to manifest, or in some cases, even impossible to manifest. And I want you guys to remember that this is not true. I want you guys to remember that everything and anything, all the time, 24/7, is always a reflection of your consciousness. The reason why you see these things, these factors as obstacles, blocks, however you want to call them, is because your consciousness is there right now at this moment in time. It's not because these circumstances, these 3D stories actually hold any weight or actually have any objective significance, much less towards your manifestation and its chances of manifesting or not. But they do acquire significance because you are making them significant. You are giving them power, as I like to say. You are giving them your attention and your focus, and you are making them significant. So I want you to take a pause here, if you are in that kind of mindset right now, and if this is where your consciousness is, and remind yourself that there are no exceptions to the law. There is nothing that is impossible to manifest through the law of assumptions. Why? Because it's a spiritual law. It's the same way that you are subject, by living in this 3D, to the law of gravity, to the law of magnetism, and so on. We all are subject to these physical laws. The same way you are also subject, all of us are, to the spiritual laws. The law of assumption is one of the spiritual laws of the universe, you guys. What that means is that all of us are subject to it, 24/7, at all times, no exceptions. And as such, what our consciousness creates, what our consciousness dwells on, what our consciousness gives meaning to, and what meanings it gives to things, experiences, situations, circumstances, and so on, always, no exceptions, determines our manifested experiences in the 3D. And because there are no exceptions to the law, you are manifesting your desire by virtue of just having your desire if you actually grant it to yourself, if you actually shift your consciousness to align with the reality of having your desire or of expecting to have your desire. In other words, you stop paying attention to circumstances. You stop giving them power. You stop paying attention to what the 3D is showing right now, because you know that there is something above and beyond all that, and that is the spiritual law of the law of assumption. And as such, nothing is beyond this law. Nothing is an exception to this law, because everything and everyone, every one of us, is subject to this law. We live under this law. Our whole life, our whole manifested experience in the 3D is a manifestation of this law, you guys. And this is why there are no exceptions. This is why there are no circumstances that are harder than others or more special for the law than others, and so on. I don't want you to be thinking along those terms because they are an illusion. And I want you to instead realize that there are no conditions and no exceptions to the law, except for your own consciousness. Your own consciousness and where it is dwelling at any one time is going to determine what you experience next, what you experience the next moment, the next day, the following week, the following month, and so on. Your consciousness is the premise to the law. Nothing else, no one else, no other factors, no exceptions, no conditions, no ifs, buts, maybes, and so on. So I want you guys to grasp this, and I want you to try and remember it, because so many of you get lost in your circumstances. So many of you start dwelling so much on your circumstances that you are perpetuating them, you are keeping them, in other words, in your reality, which ironically is the manifestation of that same law that we've been talking about. So all you need is a little more discipline and a little more commitment to your actual desire and a little more willpower to actually implement the teachings that you already know, and stop yourself from the temptation of seeing things as exceptions to the law, as conditions to the law, this circumstance or that circumstance as being above and beyond the law, and so on. None of that is true, you guys. The law of assumption, the spiritual law, is above everything and anything and everyone and anyone. And no, your SP is no exception to the law. No, your dream job is no exception to the law. No, your dream financial situation is no exception to the law. No, your dream body, for example, is no exception to the law. No, your good health is no exception to the law. You get the gist. You get where I'm getting at. There are no exceptions to the law. I'm going to say it one more time. There are no conditions to the law. And as such, it is not possible for you not to have your manifestations if you align your consciousness with the state of having these desires in the flesh. In other words, align yourself, align your inner state with who you would be, how it would feel if your desire was true and had already manifested in your 3D right now. If you do that, you're going to notice and you're going to see with your own eyes, and you are going to have proof that there are indeed no exceptions and no conditions to the law, that you can really and truly manifest anything you want. The secret is in the alignment of your consciousness with the object or situation or experience or self-concept desired. Once you do that, there is no possibility in the world for it not to manifest. Why? Because as we said, this is spiritual law and we're all subject to it. And there are no exceptions, no conditions, and no circumstances that are above and beyond the law. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.